Yo, lads, that's word to fly tie. They had guns in there, cuz. Real guns, man. How the f y'all get hammers in here? Razor, like a knife, they had regular knives in there. But the f had guns with bullets in there, son. They hog-tied that again, son. And then they put a sheet. They made him open his mouth. They put the sheet around his mouth and all of that.
You a New York and a Brooklyn and you did a whole year and a month in New Orleans County Jail?
New Orleans County Jail, son. Thank you. That was the worst experience of jail in my entire life. And I'm gonna tell you why. I was the only New York dude out there from Brooklyn, the only one, right? They had another nigga from New York out there, but he was from upstate. But he was getting violated. You know what I'm saying? And that jail was open. They had guns in there. Real live handguns. Real live dope fiend needles. Real live crack. Real live heroin. Phones. Regular shit. Them niggas, the whole jail was open, son. You understand what I'm talking about? I go in there.
What jail is this again?
HOD. House of Detention. And then they shut that jail down while I was in there. And they sent me to Orleans Parish. That is the real prison that's the real prison as far as county, but it's ran like a fucking state jail, my nigga. Orleans Parish, my nigga. I'm in HOD, son. Niggas got guns in there. I seen it with my own eyes, my nigga. Hammers, bullets in the hammers. Them niggas was so open. The jail was so open, son. After 7 o'clock count at nighttime, no, 11 o'clock count, the last count, niggas was popping the cells open. It was 10-man cells in there. 5 bunks. 2-man bunks. Two phones in there. 2 toilets. 2 sinks. Nowhere to, when you take a shit, the niggas that's on the top bunk that's right by the bed, you gotta make them niggas get off the bunks because you can't cover nothing up. Only thing you can do is cover, I used to put a blanket from one bed to the other bed, that's it. Over your head, you open, you shitting, pissing, everything in front of all these dudes, son. No lie, that shit was like a third world country, my nigga. So anyway, make a long story short, this dude from New York, he was from upstate. You know, once I found out he was from New York, you know, I tried to see what's up with the nigga. Was mad tall, mad big. So I'm like, this the nigga gonna be my knockout man right here. Man, you go to the store 2 days a week, Monday and Friday, and guess how much money you can spend on commissary, cuz?
How much?
Whatever you wanted to. I ain't gonna lie. If you had $1,000 that you want, no lie, if you had $1,000 on your account and you want to spend that whole band, you could. They ain't have no lockers to put your food in, none of that, my nigga. So I'm not used to this. I'm used to at least having some privacy with my food and shit, you know, whatever, you know, cosmetics, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But make a long story short, I'm going to the store. This big nigga from New York, from upstate, he going in the store and shit. But this nigga, I'm telling him, yo, let's cook up. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we gonna cook up. I'm doing that on the strip view from my town, son. You know what I'm saying? Dude, when it was time to cook, guess what that nigga told me, cuz? That nigga said, yo, I only got like 3 packs of cookies left. I said, 3 packs of cookies? I said, babe, bro, you just went to the store. You just got your shit this morning. It's come to find out, the little New Orleans niggas, that nigga was paying rent to them niggas, son. So now that shit making me, I stopped talking to that nigga, because I said, you know what? These niggas ain't gonna be violating me, pa, taking my eats and all of that. So I fell back on the nigga, right, Laz? Boom. I had a fresh pair of 9.5 Air Max on. That's all you can have in there as far as your clothes and underwears. You can have that shit too. My nigga, do you know these niggas was on the gate when I first came to the jail? On the gate, like, yo, what's up with them sneakers and all that? Yo, Laz, I said to myself, Duke, I am out of my jurisdiction, right? First of all, I'm out of my jurisdiction. These niggas is young niggas. They mix adults with adolescents, so you know it's wild. My nigga, they on the gate looking at my sneakers like, yo, where you from? Nah, they ain't asked me where I was from. They must have thought I was from out there at first. So boom, once I get in there and I open my mouth and start talking, them niggas like, yo, that's when they start, yo, where you from? I'm from New York. So now, I'm trying to see their movements. I'm trying to see if they're gonna violate me or anything. Nigga was like, what part of New York? If I was from Brooklyn, he's like, oh shit, what the fuck you doing out here? Whatever. So I told him, I got in a situation. Anyway, make a long story short, I look in there, I go to my bunk. It's 10-man cells, lads. There's only 3 cells, but they all 10-man cells on each tier. So that's 30 people, right? 30 people on one block, right? Guess where the police be at? Cuz?
Outside the gate like HDM?
Yep. Oh, I'm talking about way. They don't even be by the gate. They gone. I know they scheming on my sneakers, cuz, so I'm just chilling. I ain't had no mattress, nothing, cuz, like, another nigga had my mattress, dude. Nigga had 2 mattresses on his bed. I didn't know that at first, so I'm waiting for the police to come back. They never came back. So I finally seen the nigga bed. I'm like, yo, this nigga bed husky. The nigga never told me, yo, I got your mattress and nothing. So I asked the nigga, I'm like, yo, son, you got 2 mattresses? He's like, yeah. I was like, son, I ain't got no mattress. I need a mattress, bro. He's like, wait for the police to come. So I said, all right. I played my position. All right, dude. I chill. Police ain't never come. Say, yo, son, I need that mattress. I want to lay down, big bro. He like, all right. Boom, he had 2 mattresses. He had a thick one and he had a little one, like a flat one. You know, you know how them shits be losing their inflation. You heard, cuz?
Hell yeah, them shits start. I don't know where that shit be going. That shit just start. That shit, I don't know what they make them shits out of. But eventually, nigga, them shits be a pancake.
Right. So, son tried to give me the skinny joint. I didn't give a fuck though on some G shit because I know how to make my shit rep. Boom, I takes that, put my shit down. I never unpacked my stuff though. Only thing I did was put the sheets on the bed, blanket. I ain't had no pillow or nothing, so I had to use my bag to put under my shit so I could lay down right. So boom, I'm on the top bunk. I want to be on the top bunk. The bottom bunk, you can't really get veal if you got the top bunk. You could jump off and get busy, you heard? So I'm good with the top bunk. I don't give a fuck. Boom. Time goes on. I'm in there, son. I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. This is what I'm saying to myself. Like, yo, court dates was down there 2-3 months apart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from out here. I ain't getting no visits. I got my phone. My baby mom's kept phone. I kept money on the phone. So I was good. I kept money in my commissary. I just wanted to get the fuck out of there, dude. Them little niggas all had bodies. All of them, son. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies. One nigga, son. Like, these little niggas 17, 16. I'm like, yo, I don't even belong in this type of environment. You heard?
Word up.
So, but you know what? I wasn't running my mouth in there. And if I would've went in there on some clown goofball shit, them niggas would've violated me.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I don't know y'all niggas. I have nothing really to talk to y'all niggas about. I'm just in here chilling right now. So boom, it was one nigga, he just was mad that them niggas wasn't violating me or disrespecting me. I could tell he was a New Orleans nigga that was hating. I had food, I never hid my food. You can't hide your food. This shit is in a plastic bag under your bed, my nigga. You can't hide your shit. So he seen that niggas was taking my shit. So me and that nigga got in some words one time. I had like 6-7 months in, so I'm already there. I'm in there with these niggas like, yeah, I'm good. I'm doing everything y'all niggas doing. They start letting me use their cell phones and shit. At first, I wasn't worried about their phones. I had my phone, I had a phone, on the wall. I'm good. These niggas had cell phones, son. These niggas had dice, my nigga. These niggas had guns. Yo, lads, that's word to fly tie. They had guns in there, cuz. Real guns, man. How the fuck y'all niggas get hammers in here? Fuck a razor. Fuck a knife, they had regular knives in there. But them niggas had guns with bullets in there, son. Literally, my nigga. So this is an HOD. Mind you, Hurricane Katrina fucked that jail up. That jail was inhumane to even have humans in there. You You heard?
Yeah, bro. I think I saw that shit on TV before, and that shit was looking third world country status.
Yeah. Oh, you know who was in there with me?
Oh.
That nigga BG from Cash Money was in there when I was in there.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm. Nah, BG was chilling in there. So boom, right? I got like 6-7 months in, so this nigga, he just was hating. I just never talked to him or nothing, but he was hating. So the little nigga was like, man, you think because you from New York, like, you know, he said some hating shit. So I said, yo, son, listen, I don't play with niggas. I don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't give a fuck, man. He told me, I'll smack the piss out of you. That's how they talk. He like, no, he like, you heard me? You heard me? I'll smack the shit out you, heard me? Man, shut the fuck up that you heard me. Shit, you ain't slapping nothing. I said, son, you not slapping me. What you think I'm gonna do if you slap me? So he's like, yo, we ain't gotta talk. Let's go in the shower. Let's go. So boom, I'm like, oh, here it go. So I go, I'm going to go towards the shower, and another little nigga, my little man Mike from New Orleans, he was like, yo, chill, son. He said, yo, chill, Squeak. Nah. He said, if you want to fight the nigga, you can fight the nigga. We ain't gonna jump you. We ain't gonna do none of that. We ain't gonna treat you like how we treat these other niggas. I told the nigga whatever. So once Duke seen that them niggas wasn't gonna help him, that nigga bitched up, cuz. So I said, this nigga's soft. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is Squeak from Fort Greene, from the Ville, whatever. I was scared as a motherfucker in that jail, Duke.
Hell yeah,
I ain't let them niggas know that though. Y'all niggas got guns. What am I gonna do with y'all niggas? With hammers.
That's different. I mean, niggas have been shot on Rikers Island. Just for the record, people have been shot on Rikers Island, and I was in Camp Gabriel. I know a nigga who had a 38 special. He turned that shit in, and they let him go at the board. You feel what I'm saying? So there's history of guns on Rikers Island and upstate, but that shit ain't really going down like that, my nigga. Like, it's a very rare occurrence on Rikers Island. You see a gun. You feel what I'm saying? Or hear about a gun.
Now look, son, I'm in that bitch, like, I'm in there for a whole year. Now check it, I go to court. So them niggas like, yo, listen. Mind you, I wasn't on paper or nothing, nowhere. So them niggas tell me like this, listen. We're gonna offer you 5 years probation. I done laid up for a year already, dude. I took that probation, but I knew I was leaving. Let me get that. So boom. They packed up, mind you, in the midst of that, they packed up the whole entire HOD. Because they had to. That shit was on the news every day, son. That shit was inhumane. They wasn't even supposed to have people there. They was sending petitioners around for a lawsuit. I could be getting some bread right now, son. I wasn't supposed. That jail had rats upon rats in that at the showers. Guess what I caught in there, son?
What?
A staph infection on my leg, cuz.
That's crazy.
That's how dirty that shit was. I caught a staph infection, cuz. Right? So boom. When I go to court, I cop out to the 5 years probation. So when I get back to the jail, they packing niggas up. Yo, y'all niggas going to Orleans Parish. So everybody telling me like, yo, New York, be careful in Orleans Parish, son. This is wild, but when you get over there, it's gonna be different. Niggas in there with life, you know what I'm saying? Niggas in there, they killing niggas in there. So I'm like, what? He like, yo, my nigga. He said, New York, you going over there with us. You know what I'm saying? We gonna let niggas know, because we know all these niggas. We gonna let them know that you family, but it's niggas that we don't know. Niggas will try you, my nigga, and yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. Just so happened, I get the Orleans Parish, right? They send me to the Yank block. You know what a Yank is, right? A Yank is a nigga that wear a different color. You wear blues, and you can run around, and you in the hallway, you moving around, you cleaning up. You say, oh, let me get that. I know how to, and you get on. I got on the phone every day just for having that title. They put me as a Yank. So I'm in Orleans Parish for like, I say for like 2 months, right? When they packed me up, they like, pack up. So I'm like, man, what these niggas sending me? Mind you, I'm on a good block with working old timer niggas. I'm lit. Man, them niggas packed me up. And guess where they took me, cuz? Yeah. Mind you, I copped out the 5 years probation. They took me to motherfucking work release. So I said, work release. So I'm gonna be working out this bitch. I'm like, I don't live out here. Listen, you wanna go there or you wanna stay in the pen? Send me the work dog. Send me the work release, right? I get over there, this shit open. Niggas in there smoking crack. Niggas in there smoking weed. Niggas in there shooting dope. You know that's their thing down there. Them young niggas down there sniff dope down there. You heard? In New Orleans. So now I'm witnessing junkies now. Little young niggas. I don't give a fuck. I'm staying out the way. I don't want no problems with you niggas. None of that. Right? So boom, I get the work release. I get a job at this spot called motherfucking Oceana. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm getting ready to go home. I get the letter in the mail like a week later. I'm leaving on July 11th. I'm happy as a motherfucker. This around May, June. So I ain't gonna be there that long, right? I'm working in there, cuz, right? My time come to go home. Right? So I'm like, oh shit, it's really going down. I had to fly home. That's how far that shit was. So my mans and them got me a flight or whatever. Make a long story short, I gets up out of there. I go to the PO. You know, you got to turn yourself into the PO before you leave, right? I go to the PO down there. Guess what they said, cuz?
What?
You can't leave the state. I said, I don't live out here. I ain't from out here. Well, I said, you know, they said you can't leave the state. You can't go back to PA. That's where I was living at then. Can't go back to PA. You gotta stay out here and do these years on. I said, I don't live out here. So that's impossible for me to have to stay out here. You know what that bitch said? Can't go nowhere, brother. I said, y'all can't transfer my shit to PA? She said, nah. I said, all right. So the supervisor came and talked to me. So I told him, I said, listen, man, I don't live out here, kid. Like, I'm not from out here. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know what? Y'all might as well just send me back to jail and just let me do the time then. If it's like that. Right or wrong, lads? If y'all not letting me go, where I'm gonna go at? I don't have no family out here, dude. You heard?
How much more time you had left to do?
5 years of probation, nigga. That's what I had. 5 years on probation. So I told him, listen, I'll go back to the camp, but you know what their deal is? If we send you back to jail, you got to do the whole 5 years.
We ain't doing that.
Myself,
I'd have been looking for an apartment in New Orleans, nigga.
Nah. They called PA, and you know the supervisor got it to where they could transfer it, right? So when I get down there, I get back to New York. Get back to PA. I go see the PO down there. They throw the cuffs on me at PA. I'm like, oh, what's going on? They like, oh, you know you was on probation out here. I said, no, I wasn't. I finished that shit months ago. It wasn't in a system. So they let me go right there. I had to get a lawyer, and I beat that shit, right? So now they telling me, listen, I got off though, cuz look what they said. Listen, you got 5 years probation from New Orleans. We not gonna supervise you on that. So I'm saying what that mean? They said just don't get in trouble for 5 years. I ain't get in trouble since, my nigga.
Shit, they gave you a great look.
Yeah, but that year that I did in New Orleans was worse than the 5.5 years.
Well, was niggas getting cut and stabbed every day in that New Orleans joint?
Yeah, they don't cut people though. They stab niggas. I tell you what they did to this nigga in there, son. I felt so bad for him, and I wish I could help him. My nigga, they pig tied that nigga. Like, you know how you hog tie a nigga from the leg to the arm backwards? They hog tied that nigga, son. And then they put a sheet. They made him open his mouth. They put the sheet around his mouth and all of that. And then they took his pants down. You know what they did when they took his pants down?
What?
Stuck a broomstick in his ass. Live and direct, nigga. I never saw no shit like that. That's when they did that, I said, oh boy, if I get into it in here, I'm gonna die in here. You heard?
And what happened to the kid after they stuck the broomstick in his ass?
Police came, got him, nigga was leaking, bleeding bad. They locked the block down for like 20 minutes and opened all the cells up again.
Yo,
I said, these niggas real.
What they said that nigga had did, why they was doing that to the nigga?
He had beef with them niggas on the streets. It's, you know, like See, out there in New Orleans, they got crews. But guess what their crew names is, son? You're gonna bug out. They live on wards. They like 6th ward, 7th ward. Guess what their names is, son?
What?
State Property and D Block. They got a motherfuckers, niggas out there called D Block. Them niggas was regulated. They from the 7th ward. I will never forget that, son. Never. Son. Them niggas was crazy out there, bro. I'm talking about crazy, my nigga. Crazy, dog.
That shit is one of the most murderous states in the country. Like, that shit out of control.
Yo, whenever you get a chance, look up HOD in New Orleans, and it's gonna pop up, and they're gonna show you the videos of the jail, inside the jail with the niggas with the guns, 6 packs of Budweisers. You gonna bug out. And that was the worst time of my life in the jail system, my nigga. Rikers Island ain't got nothing on that. Nothing. They mix. You know how Rikers Island, they take adolescents over there and they put adults over there. Nah. You chilling with adult niggas and adolescent niggas. Straight like that. Them niggas bring your food to you, son. Them niggas wasn't feeding certain niggas, cuz. Like, literally telling niggas you not eating today, homeboy. Straight like that. You not eating today. What up? Nigga just walk away like, alright. They ain't never do that shit to me, son. Not saying I just didn't talk a lot in there. You know I'm a funny person. I like to laugh.
Yeah, but that's how you do it. That's how you do it. When you out of bounds and you out of your jurisdiction, you stay quiet, keep niggas wondering. Cause if a nigga you talk too much, a nigga start feeling like he know you and get familiar with you and could try you. But when you quiet as a motherfucker, niggas be like, I don't know this nigga. This nigga could be a motherfucking serial killer.
My nigga, I wasn't in New York quiet like I was out there. Not quiet to where I was tucking my tail. I just didn't talk to them niggas like that because I can't relate to y'all. I don't know y'all niggas. You understand what I'm talking about? All them niggas kept asking me about Jay-Z, and I said, yo, I don't know them people like that, man. You know, niggas, I don't know them dudes, man, for real.
Listen, if you a vegetarian out there, or even if you're not a vegetarian, you ain't gotta be a vegetarian to like vegetarian food. That would be kind of weird to say. You feel what I'm saying? But if you're a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian out there and you love vegetarian food, but you don't know where to go to get that fire, make sure y'all subscribe to the Fat Vegetarian, bro, because I'm showing y'all where to go get that fire. You feel me? And that's a fact. If you do music out there, a lot of dudes, good dudes, been hitting me up for music lately, man. I got some fire coming, some new collabs coming with some new fire artists. You feel what I'm saying? If you do music, if you a rapper, you a producer, and you want to collab, or you just want your music or your video or something like that promoted. If you want me to do a commercial for you and promote it on this channel, holla at me. 2 for $5 sale going on right now. Schlurt, Z-Man. And last but not least, man, you know I'm proud of y'all dudes, and I'm proud of myself with this new video game channel I'm starting. Now, I mean, I'm gonna be telling some stories on this video game channel too. It ain't just always video game commentary. I'm gonna be giving y'all some history behind, you know, what I was doing when I was playing some of these video games. So make sure y'all subscribe to that Brooklyn arcade, because we moving out there. You heard?
So when I first got there, I was like, shit, we don't got to get nobody involved. Me, you can go gun to gun. And he didn't want to do that. So then, that day with Blue, when they tried to blow Blue, is when I was like, yo, you know what? I'm out of here, because they trying to blow him, and he the head honcho. They gonna kill my little ass.
That's where you grew up at, in Left Rack?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Oh yeah, I be forgetting you from Left Rack, man. But yo,
yeah, cause I fight like I'm a Brownsville nigga.
I be always thinking you from Jamaica, man.
You know, everybody thought I was from Brownsville too.
Yeah, cause you was fucking with P Wiz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. But yo, how old was you when you first caught a felony though?
I was 15. That's the murder charge.
Where that shit happened? That shit happened in your case happened in Left Rack?
Yeah, I caught my case in Left Rack on 99th Street.
Like, would you want to talk about that shit, or that's something you don't really want to fuck with?
I mean, shit, I can talk about it. I've been convicted. I went to trial on that shit. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is at this point. I was out there wilding, man, you know, following a lot of older dudes that didn't really have the best interest of my life at hand, and you know, just being young, following the streets, thinking I was doing good shit, and nigga had me rob a nigga, and the nigga came back to kill me, and I just happened to get the drop on the nigga first.
You said niggas had you robbed, like somebody put a battery in the, or somebody else wanted him robbed, and they sent you.
Now, one of my friends at the time, my man, I ain't gonna say his name, but he had me out there shooting and robbing all kind of niggas, you know what I'm saying? And I robbed one particular nigga. He told me nigga ain't live out there. The nigga lived in my projects, or across the street from the projects. I didn't know that though at the time. And so I ended up booking this nigga, throwing some shots at him, and that nigga came back. Yeah, I was in a dice game on 99th Street, and it's crazy because my grandma told me don't take my ass outside, but I still went outside that day anyway. And I'm out there on the block rolling dice, and nigga jumped out the car on me. But luckily I had the hammer on me, so that kind of saved my life. I had that shit in my pocket. He couldn't tell. He had his gun on his hip.
So what you do? You shot through your pocket?
Yeah. Hell yeah. That was part of my defense in my case as well.
What, that you ain't even have time to get your gun out?
Exactly.
So did he get a chance to fire off?
Hell no.
But they found him with the gun on him?
Nah, they removed the gun off his body. His friends removed the gun off of his body. So that was the reason why I did go to trial, because the private investigator had found out that the nigga had a gun on his body. I knew he had the gun on his body. I didn't give a fuck, but the private investigator, my lawyer, had witnesses say that, you know, nigga had a gun on him. But, you know, there was no self-defense law in New York.
So what they charge you with, manslaughter in the first?
I went to trial. I went to trial and blew trial to manslaughter in the first.
But they charged you with the murder and the manslaughter?
Yeah, when I got charged, I was charged with murder in the second degree with intent to cause physical serious injury, and the second charge was depraved indifference. I beat one count in the Huntley hearing, so I went to trial with murder in the second degree with the serious physical injury, and manslaughter in the first degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the second and third degree. That's what I went to trial with, and I beat the murder count in trial and got found guilty of manslaughter in the first degree. And being that I was 15 when I caught the case, the maximum was a 3 to 10, a 3 1/3 to 10, and the minimum was a 1 to 3.
That's what you got, that 3 1/3 to 10?
I got 3 1/3 to 10 and did 8.5 off of it.
Yeah. You said you caught a new charge in Greene?
Nah, I didn't catch a new charge in Greene. I got lucky by the grace of God. I almost killed that goddamn nigga in Greene.
I told you the last time I saw your face was that day in the little yard in Greene when that shit happened, when niggas tried to stab the kid Blue, and Blue took the banger from the dude.
Kicked him in his ass and took the banger from him.
Yeah, you was like, yo, when I go back to the dorm, I'm out of here. I'm blowing it up.
Yeah, and I got him out of here too. I blew that motherfucker. I probably cut like 7, 8 niggas that day.
But who, like one of the main niggas was in your dorm or something?
Nah, just all of the stragglers was in the dorm. All of the fucking Nietas and Latin King stragglers was all in the dorm. But you know, their issue with me was they tried to say that I cut Black, but I didn't cut Black. Black that was in the 4-pillar with us.
Who was that? He was a Latin King?
Yeah, he was a Latin King. But he was running around telling niggas I cut him when I got off the bus.
Why he thought that though?
No, he didn't think. He just didn't like me from the 4 building. Because I had other issues with other Land King niggas that at the time we was blowing them niggas up. So you already know he was just trying to find a way to get back at me. So when I first got there, I was like, shit, we don't got to get nobody involved. Me, you can go gun to gun. And he didn't want to do that. So then, that day with Blue, when they tried to blow Blue, is when I was like, yo, you know what? I'm out of here, because they trying to blow him, and he the head honcho. They gonna kill my little ass. Hell yeah, I got the fuck up out of there.
So what happened when you went back to the dorm?
Once them doors locked, nigga just went crazy in there, bro. Nigga just started cutting and stabbing each other like a motherfucker. What
you mean, the whole dorm popped off as soon as you went back to the...
The whole dorm popped off. And there was only like 20 black niggas. Will, Buffalo, my man Star, my man Pop. They was from Brooklyn. Star and Pop was from Brooklyn. Matter of fact, Pop was Mark Cross' nephew. And we regulated that shit. We blew that shit. I got 3 years in the box, 3 years lost to this, 3 years lost to that. I lost everything on that shit. 3 years lost to good time. Everything. What you say?
That's crazy. Where they took you straight to the cat?
No, hell no. Niggas beat me up first in Greene box for like 3 days.
What they was just locked, running up in your cell every night?
Yeah, so what they did was, when you're going through the box, you go to that little middle spot. So while I was in that middle spot, they get you naked and shit, and you probably remember that officer, he had the long mustache, little short, he slapped me. So I punched him in his face, and they just start beating me up from that point on. They just come in my cell, punch me in my shit, wouldn't feed me some days. That shit was rough, I ain't gonna lie. That was a rough week, or however long I was in that box.
Yeah, that's when Greene only had that little 8-man or 10-man box right there next to the receiving room. And you could just literally walk up to the window and talk to a nigga in the box.
Yeah, Powell came to my door a few times, my window a few times.
Yeah, that shit was dumb.
Powell, Mel, all of them was coming to my motherfucking window.
That shit was whack that you had to get up out the spot though, but that shit was jumping crazy every day.
Yeah, bro, remember this, like 2 days before that shit happened with us in the yard that day, they stabbed that fucking, they stabbed that boy 27 times. Yeah. I knew my days was limited.
Yeah.
I knew my days was limited. I knew I had to get the fuck out of there.
I told you that was the first time I saw a real ambulance coming in the jail.
Yeah, that shit was real, bro. Like, they held that boy down and stabbed him damn near to death.
And I told you that nigga was still, they put him on a stretcher, and he was still throwing up blood. He was passing out, and he was waking up.
He lived though, you know that, right? He lived, he didn't die.
Yeah, but they hit him so bad, everybody thought he was gonna die. But he was still screaming out, yo, blood, fuck that, blood up, all of that, like, and then passing out, and then waking up again, saying that shit again, and passing out again. Real talk. That's why niggas thought he was gonna die, because he kept passing out.
Yeah, that nigga was he was a brave warrior, bro, because he damn sure didn't die. And that's one of and I was locked up with them niggas. I was in the box with them niggas that did that shit to him.
Oh yeah, you was telling me that.
I was trying to blow that nigga through the gate, everything. I hated that motherfucker. Because he used to brag about it.
I know them niggas, they had to get new charges for that shit.
Yeah, they did get new charges. No, maybe not. No, they did.
I seen them when they came and got them niggas. They brought them niggas out in cuffs.
Yeah, bro, they wasn't giving out new charges for that shit then, bro.
Greene was just out of control, bro. Like, niggas wasn't
just so
even
out of control, they couldn't give niggas new charges. It was just too much going on.
It'd be too much paperwork to get everybody a new. They'll overflood the court systems in Greene trying to get in that small ass county, Greene County or whatever. They'll overflood the court systems trying to give everybody a new charge in there.
So that's why we didn't get new charges. But you know, I cut that boy throat. So I thought I was gonna get a new charge, but they didn't give me a new charge.
You say he put his arm up right before you cut his shit that saved him or something?
Like, so after I cut him, it was a towel on the locker. It's like he just seen the towel, put it on his neck, and laid down. But I didn't cut his jugular, so that's why he really lived. Even though I cut his neck from ear to ear, I didn't cut his jugular vein.
And that shit was just in the heat of the moment, or he was a nigga that you was going after?
Nah, I was trying to get him. He tried to stab my man real. And I turned around. I had just stabbed the fat nigga. And I turned around and seen him. Oh shit, he about to blow my man. So when he about to blow my man, I caught him from behind. Banged him. And then the police seen me do that one in particular. And then that kind of ended the riot because everybody thought he was going to die because of what happened.
What was that, A1 or A2?
I think it was, which one? I think A1 was the one furthest in the back, right?
Yeah, I be getting them shits confused, man,
Me
sometimes.
too, but it was either A1 or A2.
And you said that the riot itself was popping off in the bed area or in the day room area?
In the bed area.
I don't mean to laugh, man, but I know how stupid shit get in Greene. So niggas was just jumping over the dividers and all of that?
Jumping over the dividers. The one nigga had the chair trying to block me from cutting him. That shit was ruthless, bro. I ain't gonna front, bro.
What you had, a rug?
Yeah, I had a rug.
And them niggas was cutting, was them niggas cutting niggas too?
Hell no, we overwhelmed them. We overwhelmed them. They was playing, we wasn't. They had like scrub brushes. They was like cornball shit like that. We wasn't playing with them though. Like, bro, I knew I was not letting them niggas cut me, bro. So I knew what I had to do.
And what them niggas did, just sent a riot squad in there, or the regular police just ran in there mad deep?
Yeah, the regular police, look at this shit. The regular police ran in there mad deep.
And they was jumping in front of niggas, getting it on and all of that? Or they waited for niggas to stop?
When I cut that boy throat, that kind of like, deaded the riot.
While dudes ran over there to help him?
Nah, the police seen it. I think everybody seen it. It was like, oh shit. This nigga just about to kill, this nigga just killed the nigga. That's probably what everybody thought.
Yeah, bro.
That shit was, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was ruthless, bro. Like, that shit was like a bloodbath in that motherfucker that day.
And you said they took you to Southport?
Yeah, I went from Kawasaki to Southport, yeah.
And you did 3 joints in Southport?
About two years and some change.
How old you was still a teenager when you got to Southport?
Hell yeah, nigga, I was only 18 years old. I was 18 years old when I got to Southport. Go this way, right? Get off. Hell yeah, I was 18 years old, bro.
That was your first time in the box, period, or you was in the box before?
Oh, I had been in the box, little 30, 60 days on the island, but that wasn't really nothing. You know what I mean? Little lap in Sparford. You know, they put you on lap, that's the same thing as being in the box.
What they call it?
Lap, limited activity program. Me and Black Wow stayed on lap.
So would they just be locking you in your room?
Locking you in your room, yeah.
You know that shit is, man, highly psychologically damaging, right?
Bro, I ain't gonna front, bro. Like, so out of 17 years I've done in the penitentiary, I probably did about a good 7 to 8 years in the box. Huh?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
But I ain't gonna lie though, bro, that shit never broke me.
Yeah, that shit don't break a nigga, but that shit still is detrimental to the developing mind. Like you young, 17, 18, 19 in the box. That shit is super psychologically damaging to young motherfuckers. That's why they outlawed that shit now. And
yeah,
really,
like, you know, the Browder story. You see, he went to the box, that shit killed him.
Yeah, bro. They owe all of us bread. They owe all of us bread on the low, because niggas was throwing niggas in solitary confinement at 16, 17 years old and all of that. Younger than that, in Sparford, niggas 14, 15, niggas throwing niggas in solitary confinement. Niggas don't even got a bathroom in they cell in Sparford, right?
Nah, there's no bathroom in your cell in Sparford.
That shit is inhumane, my nigga. Niggas be having to piss in a bottle and shit, right?
Yeah, they don't want to open that damn door for you. That's a fact. And there's been times they didn't want to open that door, so we used to piss out the door, or piss through out the screen itself.
Bro, that's fucking crazy. They got cells with no bathroom. Nigga gotta wake up, bang on the door. What you gotta do? Press a button, bang on the door?
I think it was a button they had, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think them shits work, because we used to have to just bang on the fucking door. I think that's what we normally did, we just bang on the door.
That shit crazy, man. So who was there when you got to Southport?
Everybody. You know, they just had the Kawasaki ride with the DVD niggas in the Bloods. So all of them niggas was in there. You had that big ride in Sing Sing with Dexter and them niggas. So all of them niggas was there. That's when I met them. Then I met CK there. I met so many niggas in Southport, bro. I'd be lying if I just start giving you one or two names. But I met everybody in that motherfucker. Then you know I used to play chess a lot. So I met Baby Sam, Big Nuke, and them niggas was enemies. But I met both of them niggas as an 18-year-old kid, going through the system and hearing war stories about both of these niggas.
You said both of them was in Southport?
Hell yeah, and they hated each other's guts.
Baby Sam and Nuke?
Hell yeah, you know, them niggas they had beef in the streets. And you know, just hearing about that shit was infamous, the beef that they had. I think they was locked up for killing each other people, some shit like that. I don't really know the details. I wasn't from that part of town, that's before my time. So I only just heard the stories. But just imagine being 18, 19 years old around them type of individuals. How impressionable they were upon us as young adolescents. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So what, niggas? So you never really get to see these niggas. You could just hear them.
Nah, shit, bullshit. I locked right next to Baby Sam for about 7-8 months. I locked right next to that nigga for like 7-8 months.
Crazy.
And then I went to level 3 in Southport, and then I was a door down from CK.
Alright, man. So when they took you out of there, where they sent your shit to when you finally got out of Southport?
When I got out of Southport, I went to Clinton with my bro Shorts. B-boy, my big bro.
Where's son from?
From the Bronx. Puerto Rican Shorts. You should know Puerto Rican Shorts. He was in the building. He was up north. He did 17 too. Hell yeah, that shit was crazy. Just now to just think about that shit. All the riots I've been in, all the riots in the 4 building I've been in. Like, this period, that shit was just crazy.
Yeah, so you said what years y'all niggas was in the 4 building again? 9-4?
I was in the 4 building from 9-4 to 9-6. And that shit was like the height of the race war.
Who was up in the building at that time?
Shit, you had everybody in the building. When I was there, you had King-Born, Relly, you had V.I., you had Roshan, you had Tattoo, you had Papa Jock, you had T-Bone, fucking Wild Bill, you had Tata, you had fucking G-Money, then you had the Dominican nigga Johnny, Dominica. Them niggas was regulating too. Then you had Baby Heck, Latin King Baby Heck. That was my man though. I mean, that nigga had a hell of a relationship. Then you had me, Pow Wow, E-Po. You had all them Brownsville niggas, Bree, Pup. All them niggas was in the goddamn building. You had Twan from Uptown. Fucking Red Rum from Brevoy. Yeah, all them niggas Brownsville and Marcy, period. All that Bed-Stuy and Brownsville, them niggas in there deep, dog. They was in there. Then you had Los, you had fucking Fulo, Germs, Curtis. There was a lot of wild boys in the building when I was there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like niggas that was like crazy, like T-Bone 10K. You had niggas that was like infamous. You know what I'm saying? Like 10K was infamous, climbing over gates, cutting niggas. T-Bone cutting niggas. Crazy. You had Slave in the building. Hell yeah. There was a lot of niggas in the building, you know, mainly from Brooklyn and the Bronx. And then, you had Queens niggas, you had Lacey, Lord, fucking Tata, Webb. Webb tried to rob me when I got to the Ford building. When I was 16 years old.
Yeah, we spoke.
Asking what size I wore and all that old goofy ass shit. You know what I mean? Pow Wow wasn't coming up for nothing. I was dead let nigga rob me. The nigga that robbed you one time, they gonna rob you for the rest of your bid.
So that was the first spot you had went to from the Allen? You went to Greene, that was your first spot at the Ulster downstairs?
No. So I went back to DFY. So I went back to DFY from Rikers Island. So I went to Goshen. In 96. Because I was still 17. And they got a court order when I turned 18 to send me to DOC.
You niggas be bugging out throwing niggas from DFY on C-74. And then taking them niggas back. I done seen them niggas send niggas to Sparfit. Come snatch niggas, bring them back to Sparfit. Like, they be bugging.
Yeah, see, I never wanted to go back to Sparfit. That's why I never paid the dollar bill. See, I could have went back to Sparfit. All I had to do was pay the dollar bill and I would have went back to Sparfit. But I refused to go back to the fucking Sparfit. I did not want to go back at all.
Yeah, wow, because them niggas the shit is way more strict, or you just was tired of that little kid shit.
It was just too immature for me. You know what I mean? Like, I already had made my bones in Sparkle. You know what I mean? Powell and a couple of other brothers, we got tired of the abuse, bro. They was abusing niggas in Sparkle, bro. Them grown-ass men was abusing niggas. And then we had no freedom. We couldn't get visits from our girls. Like, your girlfriend, we couldn't get visits from them. Couldn't get on the phone like that. I was always on lockdown, so I could never get on the phone. Could never call my family. So when I got to the island, it was like freedom. You could walk around. You know what I'm saying? Go to the yard. Even though it was like a war zone, it was definitely a war zone. Like, just walking to the fucking Law Library, get you cut. Going to Juma, get you cut. Going to church, get you cut. Get caught slipping in that goddamn hallway in the Ford building. That shit was treacherous.
So between 9-4 and 9-6, what was the worst house in the Ford building?
2 Upper.
It was still an uptown house?
Fuck no, that shit was mainly, It was just a variety of people. It was a variety of brothers in 2-Upper. Yeah, but then they did that fucking 2-Upper 4 main switch. I don't know if you heard of that.
What you mean? They moved and switched the houses?
Yeah, they took 13 Puerto Ricans, well, not so much Puerto Rican, but 13 Latin brothers and brought them to 2-Upper, and took 13 black brothers and sent them to 4 main.
Because it was nothing but Spanish niggas in 4 main still?
Yeah, Beretta was the fucking police there. He was orchestrating that shit. So he sent, really it was the captains ones that did that shit. Captain Velez, if I think that was his name. I think his name was Captain Velez. That was his bright idea called integrating the houses. So they took 13 Spanish niggas and brought them to 2-Upper, took 13 black niggas and sent them to 4 main. They took Slave, matter of fact. Slave and Red Rum went down there. They led the charge in 4 main. And when they opened the doors for commissary, because at this time 2-Upper wasn't allowed to go to the mess hall no more. So, 2-Upper's right there by the commissary. So when they opened the doors, they opened 12 doors. They didn't open 1 door. One of the Spanish dudes lived. It's crazy, that was Benji. Benji was Nieta at that time. That's before he turned blood. But Benji was in the cell by the shower. His cell didn't open. We cut every last one of them niggas in the house that day. All 12 of them got carried out. There was blood everywhere in that motherfucker. Duke, Duke. I can't remember everybody that was in that goddamn riot. My man Smurf from the Bronx. They had the dreads. I can't remember anybody that was in that riot. My man Cooter was in that shit too though. But we just cut all them niggas up in that house that day, bro. That shit was vicious.
And what happened to the black niggas that went to 4 main?
They regulated because it went down there with Red Rum and Slave. And them niggas wasn't pussy. So they went down there and got busy.
Niggas tried to front on them as soon as they came in the crib?
Hell yeah, as soon as the doors popped. But Red Rum was a kickboxer. That nigga hands and feet was lethal. That shit was violent, bro. That's probably the most violent shit I've ever seen in my life that day. Blood was everywhere, all over the goddamn, everywhere. Blood was everywhere, bro. The 2-Upper 4 main switch, that shit was disgusting. And anybody that was there that could relive it can tell you.
All of that shit happened on the first day, and then they just put things back to normal after that?
Yeah, then they thought about bringing them Spanish niggas up there. Then it was, we're gonna keep the Spanish niggas going to 4 main, keep the black niggas going to 2-Upper. And that's how they did it, that's how they kept it. There was no more of that. There was no more of that shit right there. Once they did that, they never did that integration shit again. But they tried that shit in Mall 4 Lower too, though. I just thought about it, because we got into a riot in Mall 4 Lower.
What, the
same shit? The same shit. They brought like 15 Spanish niggas over there. It was my man Ruck. I don't know, Ruckus. I think I'm saying his name right. Ruck. That is his name, Ruck. I ain't seen him since the 4 building. But yeah, me and him led the charge in Mall 4 Lower against them niggas. Cause them niggas trying to kill me. It's like they always wanted to kill me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Because my name was Everlasting, so I was guard body. I inherited beef. Just the fact that I was guard body fresh off the streets.
So what it was, niggas, the guards was beefing with the Kings at the time, crazy?
Yeah, soon that was the beef. Soon as I got to the 4 building, it was the race war, of course, yeah. But guard bodies was beefing with Latin Kings like a motherfucker. Like that shit was like in the air, like it was up. The niggas felt you was guard body, they was coming to get you, or you gonna have to defend your tent. Like they wasn't playing, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because it was more of them. It was way more of them. the ratio, the Latin brothers to black brothers is way more Latin brothers.
So this was before it was going crazy with the blood and the Latin King shit?
There wasn't no, only person that was blood at that time, I can honestly say was probably fucking SI and them. It's because they went to HDM. And that's how they turned blood, because there wasn't no blood in the 4 bill in 94, 95. They was in the box. And like I said, it was probably SI. I don't know when 10K turned blood, but I'm sure it was 10K, SI, and them. Because there wasn't no real bloods like that back then. It was God Body and Muslim. And then what's the other little clique they had out there back in the days? From the Bronx. What was them niggas' name? African Bambaataa and them niggas. What was that shit? Zulu Nation.
Zulu, yeah.
It was Zulu Nation, yup.
They was on the island?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like that, like, so niggas turned Zulu because they was like a neutral party. Like if you was Zulu, you had no beef. Like that. You know, they was fucking with everybody. But I was God Body. I came through God Body.
That's crazy. I ain't even know you was talking about it was the guards and the Latin Kings getting it in then.
Hell yeah, that shit was prevalent, bro. Like that shit was very prevalent.
Yeah, my
like,
bro Wise, the God Wise got some joints on the channel talking about that God Body and Latin King beef, but he,
what
you know,
Wise? Willie Mingo?
Nah. Another Wise from Tompkins and Vernon. But he got some crazy Rikers Island stories.
That's funny.
Yeah, bro. So that's crazy. So niggas was just straight running down on niggas if a nigga even had a God Body name?
Yeah. Or they catch you say peace God in the hallway. Them niggas would be on you. They was on my goddamn ass. I know that goddamn much. They was on my ass from the time I got to that motherfucker.
What niggas was saying? What type of shit they was saying to niggas?
It's like we just naturally born. We was natural enemies.
If anybody ever been sprayed with that orange pepper spray, son, that stuff made from cayenne, son, that was the worst. I thought I died, son. Yeah, so I was playing a little ball, and so dude threw up the ball like to throw me like a oop or whatever. I couldn't catch the oop, but I could catch the joint, and you know what I'm saying, and lay it. When I catch it in the air, I could catch it and then just lay it in. I couldn't catch it and flush it or nothing, but I could catch it and lay it in. I still had a little legs on me or whatever. So he threw it up, I caught the joint, and I like tried to lay it in, but when I came down on somebody's foot and broke my foot. You feel what I'm saying? So my foot was actually fractured, but I didn't know how bad it was. But when I came down on it, I heard it snap, and it was in so much pain, bro. I was in pain. So I'm knocking on the window to tell the police to come because I need to go to medical. So they come and get me, and I hop all over to medical. And when I get there, the doctor was like, yo, I gotta pay $10 for him to see me. And I'm like, yo, pay $10 for you to see me, bro? He's like, yeah, because you're a federal inmate. I said, bro, I have an emergency. I need to be seen. This is an emergency. I gotta pay for emergency, bro. This is not no regular, like, call out or nothing. Like, no regular, you know, me putting for sick call where I gotta pay for it. No, bro. This is an emergency. I just broke my foot, I think, bro. Can you see me? He's like telling them I gotta sign a paper. I'm like, I'm not signing nothing. I told officer, man, take me back to the block. I'm in pain. I'm ready to smack the doctor's teeth out of his mouth. I'm like, yo, man, the officer took me. I said, yo, bro, take me back to the unit, bro. Take me to my unit, bro. So he's like, all right, man, come on. So he's like, I'm taking him back to the unit. So he going and he started walking me down a long hallway back to my unit. So as I'm walking, I'm hopping. He grabbed my arm. I'm like, yo, bro, don't grab my arm. I got this, bro. Don't touch me. He's like, yo, man, just come on. So I said, he said, you don't got to talk to me like that. I said, you don't got to touch me, bro. Don't touch me. Don't grab my arm. I didn't ask you to help me, bro. Don't touch me, bro. So he's like, yo, just come on. He said, you keep it up, man. I'll tell you, you could go right there to the shoe. I said, I don't care about no shoe. What you think man, I don't care about no shoe, bro. Who you think you talking to, bro? So he's like, okay, so as we was walking by the block, because my block was D block, so we had to walk by S and E, and you got to go through S. They open up the gate to go through E block to go to the shoe. So he's like, yo, when we walk by there, he's like, yo, crack the gate, crack the S gate. So he said, come on in. I said, well, you ain't saying nothing. So I hopped up in there. So he told me, crack the shoe gate. So the gate start opening. When the gate start opening, he grabbed me by my arm again to pull me in there. So when he grabbed me by my arm, I pieced him up. I gave him like a 5-6 piece. You feel what I'm saying, son?
The police?
Yeah, son. Come on, son. He grabbed my arm. As soon as he grabbed my arm, I told him, son, as soon as he grabbed my arm, I caught him. Bing, 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 bing. Son, I caught him all in the forehead, son, too. Right? Boom, right? So I rocked him. So I rocked him with a nice little, little light 6-piece, no fries, right? And then when I did that, they came out the thing, and I walked in right at the shoe gate was open. I just walked in there, and they locked me in there and pressed the alarm. He slid up out of there, so I'm locked in there by myself. All them dudes in the shoe cell. It's a table down there. I guess when they let dudes out the cell, they sit at like a kitchen table, like it's, with the seats on them, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. So I remember my leg is hurt. So dudes like, yo, they all wilding out because they seen what happened. Because remember the shoe gate was open, so dudes kind of seen what was going on. So they're like, yo, yelling like, yo, the shoe gate, what's going on? So I'm up in the joint. I sit down at the table. So when I'm sitting at the table, they all rush in there now. The police come in with the captain and all of them, whoever they are. When they come in there, they got a big bottle of pepper spray. It looked like a what you call them things? A fire extinguisher. That's how big it is, like a miniature fire extinguisher, son. I'm like, what the heck is that? They got that joint. He's like, get against the wall, get against the wall. I'm like, yo, listen, captain. I'm like, yo, listen, man, your officer put his hands on me. He said, you put your hands on my arm. I said, your officer put your hands on me, man. My foot is broke. He put his hands on me. I'm sitting there trying to talk to him, lads. I'm like, yo, he put his hands on me, bro, da-da-da. He had no business. I'm talking, and I was like, yo, yeah, captain, you gonna spray me. You just do what you gotta do, but I'm letting you. As I was talking, he sprayed me. Son. What you call that stuff? Mace or nothing like that, son. It wasn't mace, yo. Or nothing like this. Was pepper spray. This was that orange pepper spray, son. If anybody ever been sprayed with that orange pepper spray, son, that stuff made from cayenne, son, that was the worst. I thought I died, son.
Yo, my nigga 16 to life. That's
son.
Another YouTuber on here. He got an episode where he said he got sprayed with that shit. He said that shit was like hell on earth, nigga.
Son, they sprayed me with that joint, son. I didn't know what the hell. I was blind. I couldn't breathe. They dragged me to R&D, to the reception area. Like when you first come in, when you first come in from court or whatever, took me over there. They had a shower over there. They threw me up in the shower to try to help me. I couldn't breathe in the water. They got some stuff on me. My whole body burning up. I'm blind. I can't breathe. I think I'm going to die. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the heck going on. Next thing you know, they got me up in the shoe. I'm up in the cell. They got me butt naked with a doggone carton, with a whole crate full of carton milk. And told me, they locked me in the cell and told me to take the milk and pour it on my body. It's supposed to cool me down, cool the stuff down, everything. My balls, my behind, everything is burning. My underarms, my ears, everything is burning, son. Because they put me in the shower, so all the stuff did was run down my body. And then my whole, listen, son. Son, they got me, son. So now I'm in the shoe. I'm what's the name? So the dude, like 2 days later, they wrote me the shot for all of the stuff, for the assault, police and all of that, whatever. He come to the cell, he hollered at me. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna press charges against you. He showed me the little knots on his forehead and all of that. He's like, yo, man, he said he would have looked at my thing, because I was already sentenced then. I had my little 30 piece or whatever. And he was like, he came and, he told me, we was talking and stuff, and he's like, yo, we both, kind of like apologized for the aggression or whatever. But, he took in his stride. They smashed me with some time to go to the shoot. But he could have pressed charges on me, because they asked me if he wanted to press charges on me. He could have gave me, a case. He could have cased me up. But he was like, nah, he showed me the knots. He took off his little baseball cap and showed me the knots and everything I put on his forehead. He was cool about it. But, I pieced them up or whatever, and they wound up sending me to that shoe I told you about, where they take everything from you. So I'm going from that shoe with the phone in it, and they sent me to that shoe, and that shoe was torture. We used to be in there, bro, kicking the doors, man, begging the police to give us jelly packs, because we was in there starving. They starve you in that joint. Kicking the door like, yo, please bring us some jelly packs, something, man, I'm hungry. Can I get the jelly pack?
That shit is that shit fucked up, man. How they be doing niggas in them boxes, man. Real
son,
talk.
I was so starving in there, son. I started hallucinating, son. I had a dream that I was Spider-Man, son. Real talk. No joke, son. I got up, son. I woke up, son. I had a sling a web on the wall, man. I ain't lying, bro. Man, I was so. It's like when you on the desert, son, and you so hungry, son. They starving you in there, something real, son. I was sleeping. I was in there, and I'm dreaming. I'm thinking, and I'm like, yo, I'm Spider-Man, and I know something that happened, and I had caught the villain, and I had webbed him up and hung him from the store, right? And I went in the store, and I was trying to buy something from the store, and all the people was clapping. It was like, yo, it's Spider-Man. He just caught the villain. They was like, go to the front of the line. So everybody was letting me go to the front of the line in the store. And next thing you know, I woke up and I felt like I was still Spider-Man. I was like drowsy, and I looked at the wall, and I looked at the hand, and I went and like put my fingers like you try to string a web, but ain't nothing come out. And I was like, yo, I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, I gotta get something to eat. Yeah, man. But that was my story, son, about little excursions I had in that little prison, man. Yeah. I had that.
So let me ask you though, how long did it take before that pepper spray finally wore off? Did the milk shit work?
Son, I guess everything was time. I don't know if the milk stuff worked. It probably did, because I used the whole cart, the whole crate. You know, the crate be having like what, 24 milks in it? You know what I'm saying? 36 milks in it. I used that whole thing with busting them things open, son, just pouring them things on me, trying to cool me down, son. And after a while, it wore off or whatever, But through that night, that joint was still burning. It was, constantly wearing off. Like, you instead of cleaning it off with water, you got to clean yourself off with milk, I guess. Yeah, that's what it was, son. And, yeah, man, more so it was something different, bro. But like I said, I kind of like dominated that spot because it was a little county jail. So when I be getting locked up in them other states, when we going to them county jails, son, I ain't gonna lie, I be rapping. I be like, ain't no way. Because if you rep on the island, son, it's like if you rep on the island, son, imagine a borough jail holding you. Like Brooklyn House is kind of rough, Brown House kind of rough. But still, if you rep on the island, son, Brooklyn House, Tombs, Navy Yard, all of that West, all of them other Bronx, all of them Queens House, all of them borough jails is play to you. You feel me?
Sure,
if you that was thriving in spots like the Beacon and thriving in HDM and C95, and you thrived in them real rough spots, it's like people tell you, like, you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Like, you can make it in the streets in New York, they feel you can make it anywhere. So it's like, if you can make it in New York City prisons and thrive, and the reason why you got to be able to thrive, because there's so much different people. You got to remember, New York is so overpopulated. The way prisons in New York populated, son, it ain't like that in other places, son. You feel me? Because especially places like California, like big states, you feel me? Like California, Texas, Chicago.
So them other little cities and shit, it might be 5 real niggas in the whole jail. That's really...
Yeah, son. So you go to a little county jail, son, the whole jail got 500 people. Or the whole jail got 200 people. You feel what I'm saying? You go into your unit, you got 30 people in your unit, 60 people in your unit. And you used to be in a unit with 300 people, 250 people. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, you're in a small unit, and whatever. But prison is prison. You feel me? And you gotta, wherever you go, if you're a real dude, son, wherever you go, man, dude's gonna recognize that, son. You're a real stand-up man, son. You gonna live anywhere, son. You know that. You're gonna live anywhere because you ain't gonna have it. You ain't gonna have it. You're gonna be like, yo, whatever I'm standing on, I'm gonna stand on it, and I'm gonna die on it, and it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And you're gonna like, yo, first dude get out of line, I'm gonna pop his head off, I'm gonna hit him with something, I'm gonna take a tray, I'm gonna split his head in the middle, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna bust him in the head with it, I'm gonna make this here, I'm gonna sharpen it, I'm gonna stab him in his eye, I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna go to the shoe, and then every time I get out the shoe, every time a dude violate, say the smallest thing, I'm gonna pop his head off, and then reputation gonna build, and then you ain't gonna have no more problems, because dude's gonna be like, oh, son be wildin'. Don't mess with him, and dude's gonna respect you, and that's how you build your reputation, and dude's gonna leave you that mess alone. And you're gonna be able to do your bit in peace. And that's basically how it be. Unless you just want to be on some troublemaking stuff, or you want to use your, your power for evil or whatever. Some people use their power for good, because with great power comes great responsibility. And some people got reputations and they use it to like stop fights or to stop beefs or stop one dude from stabbing another. They use their influence or whatever. So they use their powers for good. Some use it for evil. It's like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm tough and I'm more dominant and I push my knife, so I'm gonna rob dudes, I'm gonna extort dudes, and I'm gonna take dudes' weed, and I'm gonna do this and do that. So it depends on, the character you are, good versus evil. You know how it go.
But,
Life, bro.
Yeah, so